Hi guys, I recently published a review of this new Charvel Guthrie Govan signature guitar made in Japan, and as promised, here comes the comparison with the USA model. What I have here is the first generation USA model with a bird's eye top. However, this model is no longer available. The newer ones have either a flamed maple top or a complete roasted ash body without any top. And they also have a mini toggle switch, which is missing on my model. So let's start our comparison with the woods. On both models the body is out of basswood, but on the USA model it's a roasted basswood with a bird's eye top. The thickness of the top is around 4 mils. Hope you can see this here a bit. On the new model, the thickness of the top is not directly visible, but we will find this out later. The neck of the USA model is flamed roasted maple. On the new model it's roasted maple too, but without any flames. Because the flames are very intense on the USA model, even on the fretboard, this can be a bit confusing while playing. Maybe you can see this here. Both guitars have stainless steel jumbo frets. If you take a look at the fret ends, you can see similar treatment. The side dots on the Japanese model will glow in the dark, and it has a crafted nut. The USA model has a bone nut and regular side dots. I remember an interview with Guthrie where he states that the bone nut is very durable, cause as we all know, Guthrie bends strings a lot. Both guitars have locking tuners. The USA model has Spurzl tuners and the new model comes along with go-to tuners. Let's now take a closer look at the neck dimensions. For this I will remove the strings, and I will also add the neck of the Mexico model, because I have to change strings on my Charvel Dinky anyway. So let's find out the values now. First fret 44.1, 52.4, 57.0, 19.5, 20.9. Here comes the next. First fret is 44.0, 12th fret, the 12th fret is 52.1, and the 24th fret is 57.3. Then we have 19.6 and 21.6. Next, (44.2), 52.6, 57.3, 20.5, 22.0. And now I have to restring all guitars because of you guys. You wanted to know the exact dimensions of the necks. If you take a look at the comparison table, the dimensions are very close. The USA model is a bit chunkier and the fretboard edges are more rounded. It's a bit hard to take an image that shows you that special treatment of the edges. For me, the neck of the USA model feels best even if it's slightly chunkier. However, this does not mean that the necks of the non-USA models don't feel great. The neck shape is a C shape on all models. Now let's take a closer look at the back of the guitars. The backplates of the USA model are made out of metal and it has the option to lock the tremolo. That can be useful for country like bendings or drop tunings, so all strings stay in tune when you turn down the low E to drop D. The foam to prevent springs from ringing is missing on this USA model. Not quite sure, but I think it's even missing on the newer USA models. The electronics cavity is super tidy on the USA model, and I think I will do another video where I explain how this is achieved. I consider to modify the pickup wiring because I'm missing at least 1 or 2 single coil settings on this model. On both guitars a treble bleed is installed. This capacitor, the Fender capacitor, looks different on the USA model. The pots are EVH pots. And the 5-way switch looks like the Fender Super Switch. I've already marked the cables with black dots, so I know later which cable belongs to which pin. So let's now check out the pickups. They look identical on both models, but let's measure the resistance just to get sure. On the neck pickup we have 10.15 and the bridge pickup has 14.67. Let's do the same for the other model. So, okay, here the neck pickup has 10.25 and the bridge pickup has 14.97 kilo ohm. So there are small differences, but I think it's due to production tolerance. The numbers on the knobs can be found on newer USA models too. It's missing on mine. There's one more thing I forgot to mention. On both guitars there's no pickup switching option for the middle pickup only, so the middle pickup is always combined with another coil. That's why I haven't measured it. Anyway, for those who are interested in all values, you can find them in this table. The trem arm of the USA model will not be screwed in, which is a nice feature. However, this can cause an issue when used reverse like this. Because after using it for a while, it tends to come out. So in this case, a screwed in arm is a bit better. So now it's time for a sound comparison. However, because of the missing toggle switch, I can compare only pickup switching options which are available on both guitars. Means the mini toggle switch is always off on this guitar. On both guitars a new set of Ernie Ball slinky strings 10 to 46 is used. For the first high gain sound on the neck pickup, I'm turning the volume down to 2. For the bridge humbucker, it's fully cranked. Some guys ask me how thick the top of the guitar is, and it's really hard to see because it's all properly painted. I already removed the tone pot to check if I can see anything, but even the hole is painted. So I think the only chance I have is to remove the neck. So let's do this now and find out what's going on. For this I have to loosen the strings first. Because of the locking tuners, this is not a big issue. Surprise, surprise! I will try to show you the truth. Okay guys, so here comes the truth. Unfortunately, it looks like the top is a veneer. It's, I would say, half a mil, which is a bit disappointing for a guitar in this price range, I have to admit. But to be honest, for me it doesn't matter. I'm happy with this guitar, so no problem. Here are my final thoughts. At the end you get what you pay for. The USA model has a thick top, a lockable tremolo, backplates out of metal, a bone nut, rounded fretboard edges and a slightly chunkier neck. The MJ guitar offers illuminating side dots, a screwable trem arm and some foam underneath the trem springs to prevent springs from ringing. By using some nut saws, the tuning stability is the same on both guitars. Sound-wise there's a bit of a tonal difference, but I'm not sure which one I prefer. Possibly the newer model, especially because it offers coil splitting compared to my first generation USA model. Because both models are pretty close in sounding, I think I will change pickup wiring of the USA model and add some single coil options. But that's a story for another video. Finally, be warned. None of these guitars come along with Guthrie's guitar skills. So spending loads of money does not mean you can play like Guthrie. But it's always allowed to dream about it, isn't it?